So let me talk about this morning. I woke up feeling half dead this morning. I woke up feeling half dead physically, mentally, emotionally, all because my body still has not fully yet recovered from the Zoloft. I took some supplement yesterday called Shilajit so that I could get rid of a thyroid nodule. Because right now my thyroid is messed up, which is stopping me from taking the wheatgrass right here. And that is, the wheatgrass has been very helpful in detoxing my body from that nasty ass piece of shit drug, Zoloft. And now I can't take the Zoloft. Now I can't take the wheatgrass because when I take the wheatgrass, it really irritates my thyroid. So something always comes in the way. Something's always coming in the way. So I want to bitch about that because it stopped me from doing a lot that I should have done today, which disappointed somebody, which disappoints me, you know. But luckily, I got this burst of energy like the last 5 hours. But yeah, right now I'm going through a lot. I'm struggling. The struggle is real financially, and it's real physically, and it's real. It's real in those two ways, big time. So I'm trying to figure out what to do, how to get past that. I'm gonna go to church tomorrow. Catch it at like 10:30. Go to church Sunday. You know, I just gotta be very thankful for all the support I've been getting in the last month. Anyway, I'm thinking about myself and the way I like to think about things, and I realize I'm very unorganized. Like, I'm a very smart person, but my thoughts are just disorganized. I have a friend, I feel like me and him have the same intelligence. He's actually a little smarter than me, but he's so organized in his thinking, whereas I'm very unorganized in my thinking. My thinking is so mumble jumbled, you know? Could be because of the past abuse I've been through mentally, emotionally, physically. You know, the lack of love I felt throughout my life. It could be that. Could be, I feel like people who don't get loved turn out more stupid than people who have gotten loved big time, you know? What's the difference between successful and unsuccessful people? Not all successful people had a lot of love, but there's many successful people who had a lot of love, you know? But who knows? Maybe I'm just unorganized in my thoughts because of the way I organize my thoughts naturally, you know? Anyway, I definitely want to keep bitching about how Zoloft threw my entire freaking last 3 months off, and I can't wait for it to get over. I can't wait for my thyroid to feel normal. I can't wait for that shit to get out of my body completely, and I can't wait to start moving forward with my life. It's really, really annoying, man. Um, I think I could talk about how also I was so sheltered in my life and so disillusioned. My parents literally put a veil over my eyes. Spiritually, I was disillusioned too. When I say disillusioned, I'm disillusioned in actually quite a few ways. And it might come off weird, but anyway, let me not judge myself. You know, I'm disillusioned in ways that is pretty embarrassing to talk about. And one of the ways I'm disillusioned um, is with with the reality of how things are in life. You know, Um, like, as soon as my parents moved out this year, abruptly, I was just like, oh my God, money. And then money, it's like I was so naive. Money made me realize, like, okay, the more money you have, the more options you have, the more you could support yourself. Like, it's like pretty crazy how, like, let's just give this an example. People with more money have the opportunity to be more spiritual than a person with less money. For example, let's say there's a person who's working their ass off, and this person is working so hard from their day to day that they have no time to come home and pray. They don't have time to go to church because they're literally like working full time, like let's say like 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week to support their family to make like what, $1,000 a week, for example. Let's just say that person does not have time to go to church. That person barely has time to pray, a formal prayer. Informally, they can pray, and that person, can't really have too much time set aside for any spiritual activities. That person, so it was just like, wow. It was just like really eye-opening for me to realize that. See, that's something I never even thought about or realized when I was living with my parents, you know? And so it's really cool. I mean, like, when money comes in the picture, reality hits like in a whole new way. It keeps you humble, you know? I need money to function. Therefore, I'm relying on money. A part of my everyday living, a big part of it, relies on what? Money. Automatically, that humbles me. Automatically, that makes me realize I'm not no saint. I'm not this perfect person. I'm not morally perfect. I'm not like this really righteous person. I'm not super close to God the way I would like to think I'm close to. You know what I mean? Because now money is a big deal. And whenever you make money a big deal, that's not to say you're bad or immoral or you're doomed to hell. It's just to say you're not fully dependent on God, right? So therefore you can't be prideful. You can't think you're better than other people. I think the more money someone has, the more humble they should be, kind of thing. Anyways, that's just a little bit of a rant on that. I just feel so disillusioned about a lot of aspects in life, and I'm glad that I'm realizing at least I'm realizing I am disillusioned about this stuff. Because my mind can be in la la land way too much. I don't know what it is with me. I'm a dreamer. I dream about having a lot of money. I dream about having a lot of good, loyal friends in my life that is like family to me. I dream about being a great father and husband one day and having a wife that I'm eternally attracted to. I dream about a lot of cool things like that, and like having a big impact on this life, and having a lot of cool personal goals, talking about all the things that I'm interested in, improving myself at so many different levels, um, and going for like all types of cool things in this life, and developing myself and things like that. That's the type of stuff I dream about. I daydream about a lot to keep me hopeful and to keep me wanting to keep moving forward. Because right now, circumstances is really hard. It's very, very hard. You know, um, like I didn't even want to make a blog today because I'm not in a good mood. And when I'm not in a good mood, generally speaking, I don't want to talk about anything. Because when I'm in a good mood, that's when my mind starts like brainstorming ideas, and I start thinking about things I want to improve in, and I start talking about all the things that I like and all the things I think is cool. But since I'm in a bad mood, and since I woke up really on the wrong end of the wrong side of the bed, I don't want to talk about much. Anyway, though, it was a good ending. I finished strong. I got mad chores to do this weekend. Shit that I always like to put off and don't feel like doing at all. I gotta get used to it. Um, and I gotta make that moolah, that mulato, that moñeño. And, little by little, I just pray to God I could be more and more present, more and more accepting of who I am and my circumstances, and not envy other people, and not be jealous of other people, and be happy where I'm at with myself, and my life right now. Not judge myself, be completely accepting and proud personally within myself of my life, and that's the goal. So the more I accept my life, the more happy about my life, the more proud of my life I am, the more I can really enjoy the present moment and enjoy life and see things in a clearer perspective the way I did before I read these very deep spiritual books that really threw me in La La Land completely. Just because I didn't get the letter, the spirit of the letter, I got the letter by itself. The letter kills, the spirit gives life. So what did I do? I let my wonderful soul get destroyed by the letter. That's what happened. But thank God for everything. Things I always see that things, I want things to go my way, and I have a picture perfect plan of how it goes. It doesn't go my way, but it still goes in that direction, so I'm thankful for that, and that just goes to show, you really need to include God's hand in where you want to go. I'm trying to go a certain direction, and when God's hand is included, it's not going my way exactly, but it is going in that direction, and I'm very, very thankful for that, because I don't feel like it would go in that direction if I didn't ask for God's hand to come into it, It's pretty cool. Well, who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe this isn't even God's direction at all. I don't know what the opportunities and the possibilities for the future are, what I really like. I'm just going for whatever right now. But what do I really like? I've been having a crazy spark of interest in human behavior, not from a psychological perspective, but from a sales perspective. I think that's crazy interesting. I've been looking into that deeply. But if that's not what God wants for me, I gotta accept whatever else He wants for me, which might be equally as cool. Who knows? Who knows? I hope I know soon, though. I had some ideas this morning, but I completely forgot them. So who knows? I'm into health. I'm so into health. Figure deals me. Alright, so I'm going to end it with that. Thank you guys for listening.